right. So, my name is Ofer Rotem, and I'm a partner at Collider Ventures. We're an early stage venture capital fund focusing on the blockchain space. And with us, we have Leng from Binance and Juan from Travala. Please, Leng and Juan, go ahead and introduce yourself. Give us some color about your personalities and what brings you to your current positions. Leng, why don't you start?
Sure. Hey guys, this is Ling from Binance. I'm from the M&A teams at Binance, which is basically the investment arm that oversee the strategic investment and large mergers and acquisitions at Binance. I joined in Binance in early 2018. At that time, I was previously with Binance Labs, which is more the incubators at Binance that help the token-based project growth. We have organized 2 seasons of the incubations program, and they're starting in the summer last year. Binance has been more aggressively looking for acquisition targets for a broader strategic value-adding perspective for Binance. So, which is why starting the summer last year, we have a couple of major acquisitions conducted, including the number one P2P trading platforms in India and a derivative crypto exchanges FTX. And also we made a couple more strategic investment. And earlier this year, through the mergers with one of our portfolio, Travel by Bit, it's great that we also assess another top tier assets in the industry, which is Travala. So good to have such partnerships with Travala, and looking forward to more synergies and future opportunities. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Great to hear and get to know some background there. Juan, go ahead.
Thanks for having me here today. So yeah, in a nutshell, I'm 38 years old, originally from Spain. I started early at some of the largest tech companies, Oracle and Booking.com, after I finished university in Madrid. Then got involved in the startup scene, founded my own startup, Restaurantes.com in Spain, which became one of the fastest growing tech companies in Europe, which I scaled and then sold to the Michelin Group in France. Got involved in blockchain back in 2015. I've been advising some companies and government organizations like the European Commission in Brussels and the EIT in Budapest, the European Institute of Technology and Innovation. And I got involved with Travala back in 2017 with the idea to basically align travel with the ethos of blockchain technology to basically fix the main pain points that we see in the travel industry from the big players like the Bookings and Expedias of the world. By leveraging blockchain technology. Travala has grown from a startup to the world's leading blockchain-based travel booking agency, and yeah, very excited to see what's ahead for us. Apart from that, on a personal level, what keeps me sane outside of work is playing tennis, my 2 beautiful girls, and surfing.
Surfing, very Australian of you.
Yes.
Good on that front. Awesome. So, Leng, can I ask you, what would you say is Binance's vision? Like generally, Binance today is probably the large exchange by many metrics. What is your growth path? What do you see lies ahead for Binance?
I think this is what excites every members who join Binance, because this is our mission from day one, which is the freedom of money. This is also what CZ has been advocated every day on Twitter and on social media, and also in the industries nowadays. We do see how many challenges that people wanted to move their own assets, move their money. So that's why this is what we have been doing here, like every day and fighting for, is to give people more freedom to protect, own, and transfer their own money.
Mm-hmm. And how do you see Travala and Travel by Bit and the future merged company fit into that vision?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a travel agency sounds a bit far from the very basic of trading and
Mm-hmm.
moving money.
Mm-hmm. I see. One of the effort that we have been pushing for in order to realize this vision is to encourage more use case for the cryptocurrencies nowadays. And this is what we do see the achievements that Travala's been doing. I think ever since that we launched Binance Train, Travala's been a great supporter to Binance Chain, and also BNB. I think Travala is one of the early adopter and supporter who added the use BNB into their products and platform. And this is also what we have been one of the synergy aspect that we are seeing from the Travala side. And other than that, I think through the mergers between the Travel by Bit and Travala, we do have some greater plans into a broader payment area. And this is what we believe through the technical know-how and the industry experience that Travel by Bit and Travala can together work on and bring us to the next page.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess a comment on that, and maybe it's a question for both. Maybe Juan, you can start, but just to accept BNB and other cryptocurrencies and to bring those into mainstream adoption and usage, you already have many booking websites and travel agencies that could elect to accept cryptocurrencies. You have companies like BitPay that make it easier for companies to accept crypto. So yeah, why make a whole company just for that use case, or is there something more to a blockchain-based travel website?
Yeah, on the back of what Ling was just saying, I think the picture is much bigger than this. What we're trying to do here is to bring a real use case, a global use case for crypto adoption. We're not just building a platform that gives utility to certain tokens, in particular, obviously, the native token of the Travala.com platform, AVA, but also the tokens like BNB, BUSD, and other leading tokens in the industry. We're only going to get to that point of creating this blockchain-enabled economy and pushing for global mass adoption, as long as we're able to build the platforms that allow people to spend the cryptocurrency. What's happening in this industry, and I can tell you from personal experience and Booking.com and so on, is that we probably saw that back in 2018 when Expedia tried to accept Bitcoin payments, and they actually partnered with an external wallet to allow people to book hotels with Bitcoin and so on. I think it lasted a number of months until they had to give it up because they couldn't manage it. What we've done here with Travel.com, and the same thing with the team at Travel by Bit, is we started from the ground up building a blockchain-based or cryptocurrency-friendly travel booking platform that incorporates the best from the traditional online travel agencies in terms of technology, but also this whole enabled blockchain technology, cryptocurrency payments, and so on. The user experience is critical when it comes to accepting cryptocurrency payments. As you know, that's one of the barriers of entry that we have in this industry. It's difficult for users to, particularly mainstream users, to come to a platform where they know, hey, I need to download a wallet, I need to manage my keys, I need to set up multiple passwords. What we've done with Travala is we built this frictionless on-ramp to crypto, where when we see it today, over 40% of our users that book on a monthly basis, they're booking with traditional credit cards, but they've been introduced to the world of crypto. As we call it, we're educating them because they come to the Travala platform. Now we Travel by Bit as well. They make a booking, and without them even knowing, we're building a wallet on the back end. We're giving them tokenized rewards. We're giving them incentives that are based on blockchain technology and a number of other functionalities that introduces them to the world of crypto. How can big OTAs do this? Extremely difficult for them because they rely on the traditional model where a 0.01% impact on the conversion rate among the mainstream users will have a significant impact on the business model. So for them to go back and now introduce cryptocurrency payments, tokenized loyalty rewards, blockchain-based reviews, immutable data, everything that we offer basically is significantly difficult from a large OTA to implement, whereas we started from that model early in the day.
But wouldn't you say that if there was, demand from token holders and, people that use Bitcoin to spend it, then travel agencies would adopt it? Maybe Booking.com won't be the first, but, local travel agencies. I mean, from my experience, I've seen not that many stores and businesses adopt cryptocurrency payments because a lot of the use cases are speculation around cryptocurrencies, or some hope for a future usage or accrual of value. Now there is the use case of marketplace tokens, right? So, and that's similar to airline travel points, or Booking has, their own gamification of a genius level, and each company calls it something different. So you could argue that having a local currency captures the value and keeps it inside your community, but I think that would work for a very big community. So kind of, what are your thoughts on that? What makes you special?
Yeah, the way I see it is, for me, it's more likely that someone like Expedia or Booking, companies with who we actually, by the way, have very close relationships already, as you've probably seen from some of the partnerships that we've been releasing recently, they'll be more likely to probably use our technology, perhaps some type of, cryptocurrency payment gateway built by Binance and Travala, or some type of, technology that we master and we develop from the ground up, and then developing their own technology. They're just too big to do that, and they don't have the know-how to do it. In terms of the size of the market, I think that we're also underestimating the fact that, there's over 60 million wallets out there with people holding cryptocurrency. Travala was doing almost 2,500 Route 9 bookings just before COVID in February. So that's impressive. Talking about some significant things, significant volume of transactions and demand. And yes, still early days, and obviously we're going to see a significant evolution of the cryptocurrency space as a whole in terms of utility of the tokens and payments and the different use cases over the next 3 to 5 years, I believe. But there is also a clear opportunity for companies building on use cases that have real world use cases to actually leverage this community and this niche market, let's call it. We saw it with the disruptors like Airbnb and Uber and so on, trying to build a new model back in the day when they came out, and it shows that consumers are ready to move to models that offer better pricing, more transparency, and basically the benefits that blockchain technology brings to the table as a whole. What we've done here with the help of Binance and the merger with Travel by Bit is basically speed the process towards creating the world's largest blockchain-based online travel agency, which obviously positions us as the potential winners of this whole market in regards to booking travel with cryptocurrency. And not just that, it's also the long-term picture, which is to decentralize travel as a whole, to bring technology that is built on blockchain that allows us to offer more transparency, better pricing, and decentralized travel. Because today we see this decentralizing
travel. I would, one way to think about decentralizing travel is to decentralize the middlemen that are in the travel agency, and to build, I don't know, maybe some protocol that would be frictionless and with less less friction.
Correct. Yeah, the long-term vision. Yeah, the long-term vision for us is obviously to build technology that allows different participants to be part of this whole decentralized travel booking platform, from decentralized travel booking engines to decentralized ownership to actual, forming consortiums of OTAs, decentralized reviews, even decentralized Salesforce. So there's a lot of detail on our plans to build a decentralized travel booking platform on top of what we have at the moment. That's all quite clear in our white paper, whitepaper.travala.com. So I'll invite anyone to go and take a look. Again, the technology is evolving. This is something that is going to happen in the next few years, but we're already making significant steps towards that. And obviously, we're so happy to have the knowledge and know-how from the team at Binance and Travel by Bit as well, helping us get to that end goal sooner.
Interesting. So I guess one way to perhaps frame it is that you will be a way for crypto users, which is today a niche market that we all hope will grow, to onboard and to use travel agencies. So other travel agencies would be able to use your tooling to cater to this audience, which we hope will grow. Is that a good way to phrase it?
Yes, in the decentralized travel model, basically any OTA will be able to build upon the technology that we'll develop. As I mentioned, from decentralized travel booking engines to tapping into our decentralized consortium or decentralized reviews. There's a lot of control that's been imposed by the large OTAs. As you know, the travel industry is controlled by 2 or 3 players. You go, Booking Holdings, you go Expedia, Priceline, and so on, and they basically dictate the rules. What's this creating? This is creating a perfect sample of the dislike, in some cases hate, from the suppliers towards the control that these organizations are imposing.
They have a lot of power. If
Absolutely.
they listed from Booking or from Airbnb,
it will run your business.
Bureaucracy.
Yes. Yes, you'll have hotel owners and hotel chains with tens of millions of revenue every year that are basically controlled or dictated by the actions of these 1 or 2 OTAs, to the point that a de-ranking or a penalty or some of the conditions that they impose could significantly impact their business. Going forward, we're trying to fix those problems by building technology for them to be able to free themselves, to be able to prosper and grow without relying on those big centralized entities. And at the end of the day, this has an impact on the user. So we have to ask ourselves, who pays the price of the 25 or 30% commissions that Expedia and Booking.com are adding on every hotel room or every flight that you book? We are paying those. The consumers end up paying that. So here's where we're going to come with a fully transparent way of you knowing as a consumer that you're going to always get the best possible price. And on top of that, when you get a reward from your loyalty program, you're going to know that that is an actual reward with real world value, in this case through a native AVA token. But you know that you can use that token for more bookings, for exchange it into fiat or whatever you want to do with it, without relying on the control of the entities. In this case, for example, with the Genius program at Booking.com. There's a lot of there's a very negative perception in the industry that's been growing and growing, particularly over the last few years, around the actual value of these loyalty programs, the actual trustworthy, the trust of the reviews, and so on. And we're just trying to fix all those pain points.
Okay, good stuff. And how COVID affected you? It must have been detrimental. There's like zero activity now. And before perhaps repeat that number, but before it sounds like you were pretty successful. You were having a lot of bookings being done from you.
Yeah, I get this question asked very often. Obviously as a CEO of a travel company, I get the question of, hey, how have you guys been dealing with COVID? I don't think any CEO in any business, obviously, will be prepared to deal with a pandemic of this size, let alone a travel business. However, we've been very fortunate in regards to, first of all, our community. Our community has been supporting us since day one. We obviously they all understood the seriousness of the situation. We were growing all the way up to February, around 20 or 30% month on month. So it's exponential growth. As I mentioned before, we closed the month of February with close to 2,500 room nights booked. And suddenly, within a number of weeks, basically we saw an 80 to 90% drop in booking volume. However, we also seen now a very, very sharp recovery in travel. We grew in May over 200% month on month compared to April. We are about to close June with 160% growth again, month on month, on top of May.
Is that flights or hotel bookings, or which segment?
Mostly hotels and accommodation bookings in domestic travel. What we're seeing is the recovery for international travel, we believe is going to take a bit longer, hopefully towards September, October, once the international the travel restrictions are lifted.
Fingers crossed. The domestic travel, what's happening here is that it's easy to understand. At the end of the day, you have all
these people that have been locked in their houses for weeks or months. So as soon as you give them the opportunity to go somewhere, they'll jump on it. Yeah. So we've seen that.
With my family.
Yeah. We've seen a very interesting pattern here, which is people booking weekends away. Yeah, and they book to go, like 20 k's from their house just to spend a weekend with their partners, or they take the family nearby. And obviously you go.
I relate to that personally.
Yeah. Yeah. You also have the local governments that, there's only so many ways. Look at, I mean, tourism in Europe alone, contributes to 10% of GDP. You've got a 40% decrease on the expected revenue coming from travel. What do you think the governments are going to do? One of the ways for them to kickstart the economy is by incentivizing travel, and how they're going to do that at a local level. So we've seen a lot of uptake in demand, particularly on domestic travel. But yeah, we are 2x in terms of what we were doing in June last year. So still growing, significant growth, a lot of growth in users, a lot of growth around the actual token AVA, with a lot more smart members, which is one of our flagship use cases for the AVA token, our loyalty and rewards program that incentivizes users to stake AVA so they get access to exclusive discounts and rewards and so on. So overall, we're confident, and overall what we've done is basically put our heads down, focus on the product, focus on building to make sure that we come out of this a lot stronger.
Okay, sounds good. I do hope that you guys will succeed, and that the merger will be as smooth as mergers can be. Would you say that COVID influenced the merger, or was that planned before COVID?
I don't think so. I mean, we had the conversation going for over a year. I knew Caleb pretty well from the Travel a Bit team. As Lynn mentioned, we have a lot of respect for CC and the whole team at Binance. Even before the merger, Travala was already building on Binance chain. We migrated from new to Binance. We built a lot of stuff, and we've got big plans to build upon Binance chain. So the overall has always been a very similar vision in regards to what we try to do in this industry together with Binance. So maybe it did accelerate things a little bit in the last stages of the deal. But yeah, this has been a long coming deal. For quite a while, actually. It's over a year that we've been working on this.
Good. Sounds excellent. So let's see. I want to turn. I think this will be the last question to Ling. So your team has experience with IPOs. You guys took companies to the New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq. Is that something that you see as a possible future, both for Binance itself and also for the new merged company, Travala BitTravel? Which, by the way, is there a new name for that, or is that to be discussed?
I think we do have a new name, but I'm not sure when it's ready to announce that yet.
Okay,
but I
just
think
tell
regarding
me.
on Yeah, I think after the merger, the team does have a pretty cool new names with the joint efforts between Travel by Bits and Travala with Travel Front. I think this is a new chapter for both teams, which indicates the two teams are gonna kick ass in the industry, starting from the traveling area, but extending to a broader front lines in other fields as well. So yeah, and regarding on the IPO experience, I think you're more referring to the experience that our CFO has previously been working on. Regarding on the crypto area, one of the interesting things that we have been seeing today is that the existence of token and the process of the tokenization fundamentally changed the way people fundraise and invest. I think on the fundraising side, nowadays the company has more options when it comes to fundraising, and they're not limited in the specific region. They're not limited in the money in on like what kind of the investor that they can or cannot like onboard it. I mean, for crypto, one of the things that excites many of the users nowadays, it is global from day one. So users from all over the world, if they wanted to back a project, back a company, they can, and they have the access to do that. So this is one of the excitement that we have been seeing on the fundraising side in crypto. And other than that, we do see that there are rules that needed to be called for in order to make to help the fundraising process like growth in a more healthy and positive way. So this is why like early last year we launched a token sales platforms called Binance Launchpad. This is another way that exchange like us nowadays decided to set foot in to help all this project to do a proper to raise in the proper way. So I think overall, whether all these like token-based projects nowadays will go back to the traditional way to look for assets like IPO or listing on any stock exchange, it's uncertain. I think in the crypto world nowadays, what we are doing basically is transforming and what people think of fundraising and even assets as well. So bringing to the bringing to the company to the public does not necessarily to refers to IPO from now on. I think it could be a token that loved and backed by a broader community nowadays, decided to list in a major exchanges and get more support from all over the world.
That's a very optimistic note for me to end with. The fact that you have experience, Wei has experience in IPOs, but you may not need that anymore. That's very optimistic for me. You know, that you're building your own rails, and that's the dynamic, and that your potential, what would have been shareholders and sorry, and now token holders are changing. So yeah, that's really great, and it's been great hearing from both of you. And what started on my side, I was a little bit skeptical of you know, Binance and travel and tokens and the ICO boo craze, you know, in 2017 and 2018, and now I'm ending this call. You know, a little bit more optimistic, and it sounds like you're really building something that is substantial and will make a change for the better. So that's great. So with that in mind, any last comments from Juan or Ling before we turn it over to Chad?
Yeah, I just wanted to add one final comment, and is towards everybody that's listening. Again, I think that as people within crypto, or even if we're not in the crypto space and we're just learning about it, let's all get together and help towards this mission and vision that we all have, which is for cryptocurrencies to be adopted as a mass use case So please go to travel.com, check, the next time you book a hotel or a flight, and make a booking. Whether you're paying with cryptocurrency or with your credit card, please go in, check it out. We will match and beat the price if you find it cheaper anywhere else. But more importantly, you will be helping in regards to crypto adoption.
Awesome. Ling, unless you have any comment to add, then I will give the microphone back to Chad.
Yeah, just one last thing. I think per your mentioning for Expedia and Bookings.com nowadays, one of the exciting news that just came out like not long ago is the strategic partnerships between the Travala and Expedia. This is also one of the news that indicates the interest and the stepping of some the giant leaders in the traveling industry. So yes, as Juan said, go do like check out the Travalas.com website, and you can nowadays pay in like BNB, AVA, and also BUSD as well.
Awesome. Thank you for that.